Is Laz not doing the thing too?
No.
Oh.
I don't have the new build. I've got the old build, but I've got the new one. Just don't know.
Oh yeah, they got it. They got it.
What's up, agents, and welcome back to another Division video. Huge thank you to everybody that has subscribed to the channel recently. We have just flew past 10k subs here on YouTube, so thank you to everybody that has. And if you haven't already, please consider hitting that subscribe button, because now we will grind to 20k. With that said, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, and let's get on with the intro. Okay, so I posted a very quick YouTube short the other day of me doing this.
I don't have the new build. I've got the old build, but I've got the new one. Just don't know.
And what you saw happen there was in the Iron Horse raid, I used a shotgun to take out the Chunga, and the damage then transferred over to Fieser, which killed the raid boss. Now, you've all seen me a million times over on Twitch do it like this.
There you go.
Got about the sweet dreams. So
And on the right as well.
Hey.
And the only problem with doing it like that is that you're actually reliant on crit chance. So you get one shot with the pistol, and if that shot doesn't crit, even though you're only 60% crit chance, the damage doesn't transfer, because that's how negotiators works. And you've kind of got to set, although you can mess around, you kind of just better wiping and setting it all up and doing it again. And sometimes crit chance, with it being 60%, it can just not be in your favor. But once you get the shotgun version down, although it is 2 shots with the shotgun, you can pretty much take Fieser down 100% of the time. And I'm going to show you how, I'm going to explain how, and I'm going to basically go through the build as well. So, the explanation of how this works. It's going to use the negotiators set, and basically what you do is you chunk down Fieser, you take all of the life down as much as you possibly can until you get Fieser to just over 4 bars. That's the magic spot with the health. You then tag Fieser, you get a crit, because obviously then that activates the negotiators buff. One of your teammates gives you an overcharge, you use the Achilles pulse, and with all them buffs you then hit the Chunga in 2 of the highlighted weak points. I use the knees, really easy, they're close together and they're just easier to aim at if everything starts going wonky. And then luckily enough, all that damage will then transfer, because you know you've got so many pallets in the shotgun shot, so many of them will be all that amplified damage, and it will transfer over to Fieser, letting you kill them. Now you can basically over buff yourself. We tried everything here. OD bullets, basically all buffs from teammates that you can possibly get, different specializations, you name it, we tried it. And it turns out you don't actually need as many as you think. Future initiative buff from the healer is nice and easy. You got a healer up in the control room anyway, you might as well take it. Specializations, dead easy. Everyone can put a different specialization on and be in the right place. That can be dead easy too. And that's kind of it. You don't really need any more. But that's dependent on my build now. I've got my shotgun leveled up to 19% expertise. So you might need a few extra of the buffs. Things like you could get somebody to proc the crit damage on the Coyote's mask for you. Really easy to do. You could get somebody to run Overwatch. Again, really easy to do. So you're going to have to try this out and give it a go before you can kind of find what fits for you and your group. With all that said, let's start having a look at the build. So first of all, let's take a look at the guns. You're going to need yourself a Ravenous, because that's part of getting the damage buff. You build up the armor side of the Ravenous, and then you get the amplified damage buff from it. What I do recommend is 2 quick 4 bursts. 4 blue, 1 red, 4 blue, 1 red, and you can get that in, and that's kind of going to maximize how much you can do. If you can squeeze in 5 aside, brilliant. But it depends on what side the Chunga comes out of. If he spawns on A side, you get a lot more time. But if he spawns on C side, you got a lot more running to do, so probably not wise to try and do the double 5 stack. And then you're going to need a military M870. As you can see here, shotgun damage, damage to armor, and damage to target out of cover with flatline. Flatline is just awesome for this. You're going to pulse the enemy anywhere, so it's going to give you that 15% pulsed damage. So as far as mods go, you're going to obviously want to get to as close to 60% crit chance as you possibly can, and then stack everything else into critical hit damage. My build's actually 61%. You can actually spec it to 59 depending on what your gear is, but I use some of the gear with another build as well, and I don't really want to mix that up too much. So I can do enough damage in 2 shots, so that's enough for me. But you can see I've got crit chance, headshot damage, and critical hit chance on the mods. Next up, we're going to use a Hollow Man. Now this is a DZ exclusive. You can also get it from named caches from global events, or from the countdown vendor when you buy the named caches from there as well. Don't worry if you've not got one, I will give you an alternative to run as well. So the Hollow Man comes with weapon damage. You have to re-roll that because the core attribute's not red. Health damage, and I've got double crit chance here with the attribute and the mod. Next up, plain and simple, I'm just going to run a sacrifice, and that's just because I want all the damage from perfect glass cannon. I don't have to worry about incoming damage or anything like that because it all should be over with in a matter of seconds. So weapon damage, crit chance, and crit damage with perfect glass cannon. And then after that, we're going to take 4-piece Negotiator's Dilemma because we have to have that because that's the only way we're able to transfer the damage. So we're going to take the backpack, which gives us 2-piece at critical hit chance, 3-piece at critical hit damage, and then the Hostile Negotiations buff. Critical hits mark enemies for 20 seconds, up to 3 marks total. When you critically hit a marked enemy, all other marked enemies take 60% of that damage dealt. Whenever a marked enemy dies, gain 2% critical hit damage, which will stack up to 20 times. But we're running the backpack, and obviously that gives us the critical measures talent, and it increases that damage transfer to 100%, which is really, really important. Weapon damage, and crit damage here on the attributes. With the gloves, weapon damage, crit damage. With the knees, weapon damage, crit chance. And with the holster, weapon damage, critical hit damage. Pause the video now if you want to see the whole build for a little bit longer. One thing to note, I run demo because often when I run upstairs, the chunga will grenade me, and obviously I get to ignore that grenade once every 60 seconds, and that's enough for me not to get staggered and not for it all to get messed up. You're going to need the Achilles pulse because when you run up the stairs, you're overcharged, you're going to Achilles pulse the chunga, and then that's when you're going to do both of your shots. Anything else though, it's totally up to you. You really don't need anything else. Taking a look at the stats, you can see I'm at 60% crit chance and 137% crit damage and 85% headshot damage with 12% armor damage. Now, if you don't have the Hollow Man mask, run a Negotiator's mask and just switch in some Fox's prayers with whatever you need. There's some like critical hit damage here or critical hit chance, and that will do the job as well. Big shout out to a Broken Love Sack who sent me his version of this build. I did change it up just a little bit, but just to make it easier for my group. And like I said, that's totally up to you in how you change it up and how you get to it. But I hope you enjoyed the video. A lot of people asking for this one. Don't worry, the Buddy and Lucy one-shot one is coming soon as well. Thank you for watching here. Just don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
Is Laz not doing the thing too?
No.
Oh.
I don't have a new build. I've got the old build, but I've got the new one. I just don't know.
Oh yeah, they got it. He got it.
Beautiful.
Barely.
It's just,
You get half credit for that one.
it's just having the